Hey, welcome back to Adventures and Hobbies. I real quick wanted to show you this gaming table I just made. Not really a lot of work, just a little bit of time. What I did is I had a entertainment center with a glass top, and that's what this is. This is the glass top I got from the entertainment center. Now what I have holding it up are just these 2x2 pieces of wood that I got from Lowe's, which are free. They're 3 feet long. They're placed underneath the wood they get shipped to them. That little groove right there is where that metal strap goes across and holds everything together. And once they clip it, these fall off and they throw them to the side. They end up getting thrown away. So you can go get them. Just get you a nice straight one. As I say, they're 3 foot long. Some of them are in pretty bad shape, but some of them are in good shape. But it's free, and it was perfect for what I needed. Also, I am thinking about maybe making some lights. Get some a strip of LED lights that I can put in here and make it go around. So that's something I'm looking at maybe doing in the future. Or if you want to do, you can. The grooves are already there. Cut them into the lengths I wanted, sanded them down, and stained them walnut color. And that's what this is. It's walnut. That's walnut. I bought this color. So, and this is another little cool thing. If you go to Walmart, there's these little incense boxes. I think they're like $3.50. The incense smells like cat piss, so get it if you want a little cool little dice box for $3.50. It holds. I got 2 sets of dice in here, but just throw the incense away, and there you got you a cool little box. All right, back to the table. Basically, what I have under here is as you can see, just a small round table, almost 4x4. I think it's 3.5 by 3.5, and it's not completely round, sort of got an octagon look to it. It's got a middle pedestal underneath that just branches out. So what I did is I got some white birch, 1/2 inch from Lowe's. I think it was like $39 for a 4x8. I cut this to 5.5 feet and left it 4 foot wide, 5.5 feet long. And then I went and bought 4 yards of marine vinyl. And this was $9 a yard, so I got 4 yards. And then what I did is I completely covered the plywood, top and bottom. I just cut it, wrapped it over, and then along all the sides where I pulled the top tight, I folded it down to take up the slack, I put upholstery tacks. I didn't use any glue. I just let it lay. If you do pick it up where I did do the bottom, it will get some air in between there in the bottom, but the air eventually it comes out and it lays flat. It sort of sags underneath, so if that's a bother, you can just basically don't even do the thumbtacks or the upholstery tacks, and you can glue it on. You can just get some spray adhesive glue, glue it down, pull it over, turn it over, glue it on the other side. And you don't have to do the underneath either. The table that's under here is a pretty nice table, so I didn't want it to get scratched by if this moves around, or if I want to take this off and it just slides on easily and it doesn't damage the top of my other table. That's why I put vinyl on the other side. But you don't have to do that. You could just, put some felt down, but I decided to go ahead and vinyl the top and the bottom. But with the raised glass top here, I'm not 100% sure on the dimensions. I think this was 18 inches, about just under 3 feet. But I got enough room here for me to set up my DM screen and everything I need. And there's enough room for 2 people on this side and 2 people on this side and 1 on the other end. So you got enough room for 6 people to sit at this table very comfortably. I got the raised top, so that way anything I want to do, as far as terrain or the scene, I can lay my mat down, I can get my terrain, and it's all out of the way. When people are doing dice rolls, if anything, it hits the 2x2s, doesn't roll onto the game, knocking over a miniature or messing something up, and it puts it as a good centerpiece in the game. Now, what I used to have was just some pegboard, and as you can see, it's pretty flimsy, and when it would go over the edge of the tables, it wouldn't move. This is pretty solid. I mean, it shakes a little bit, that's just the table. On the corners, you can feel it go down just a little bit, but you're not really putting weight on the corners. You're going to be putting more weight over here if you put your arms on the table or write something. And on the sides, it's pretty solid. Where this wasn't, and that's why this was not as big as this one is, and it was covered in like a fake suede. So it feels like suede. So this is a cheaper way to do it. If you have a table that is basically the size of what you want to put on it, like a pegboard, because I think this pegboard, it's a lot cheaper. I think I bought it for like $11 or something like that back when I get it. And I think this fake suede from Walmart was something like $6 a yard or something. And I just glued this down. This is glued down. I only did the front. So, and I think I tacked it down with some staples too to hold it better so it wouldn't pull up. But if you have a table that you don't really want to get scratched up, and you want to put a top on it when you play, this is a good alternative. Or you can get a really thin piece of plywood. That's cheaper. But I'm saving this because if I want, sometimes when I craft, I use my table, and what I could do is none of this is attached to the table. It's completely movable. I can actually just take the glass off, slide it under the couch, pull my 2x2s off, slide them under the couch, and they're completely out of the way, and I got a full tabletop. But what I'm going to save this for is just when I'm doing crafting, I can either put that up or just move it to the end of the table, and I can lay this down on top. I can put my crafting mat on it, and then I don't worry about damaging my table or getting paint on it. It'll just get on this. And this is marine vinyl, so it is waterproof. So if you do have a table and you're playing and you got some company over and they got a drink and they spill their drink, it's just gonna run right off. It's gonna get on your floor if you don't catch it quick enough, but you can just wipe it right up. You can spray it with a little Mr. Clean, wipe it down, anything sticky got on it. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. I just did this just a couple days ago. I wanted to make a more stable table and something that has enough room for my players to have their stuff in front of them and still have a room to have a decent scene or scenario or terrain down on the table. Hey, real quick, if you don't have a glass top to use because you don't have a spare entertainment center around that you're not going to use anymore, when you cut your table to be around 5.5 feet, or if you use 6 feet, you still got 2x4 left because this comes in 4x8 sheets. You can take what you cut off of your main tabletop, stain it, and put on top of your 2x2s. And that would be your top. It would be a glass top, but you'd have a nice stained piece of wood that you can use. Or you can use that wood, you don't have to stain it. You can get more vinyl or felt or fake suede. And if you want to spend the money, you can use real suede. But you can put that on the top of that piece of board and put it up to have your high rise. Anyway, I hope this helps out, gives you some ideas for a cheap, easy to put together table. If you have any ideas for an easy to put together table that doesn't really dip into the wallet too bad, put it in the comments below. Maybe share some pictures if you've done something. And of course, always, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like the channel. I can't wait to hear back from some of you. Well, the table calls. Keep gaming.